times that are unpredictable, and our region needs help right now. While the government shutdown persists and the residual challenges will continue until the shutdown ends, we all need to come together and work together. On Saturday, more than 122,000 people in our 9 counties did not receive their SNAP benefits. Today is the deadline for most people to pay their rent or mortgage. In addition to the loss of SNAP, federal workers are not receiving a paycheck. Families are choosing between paying rent or putting food on the table. And every day without food stamps is a day families go hungry, and we can't wait. We can't wait to help them. That's why Coastal Community Foundation activated the CARE Fund, an emergency fund to provide flexible, rapid response funding. We are prioritizing support for organizations delivering emergency food, housing, and utility assistance to those impacted by the government shutdown, as well as loss of SNAP benefits. But we can't do this work alone. We are proud to partner with our friends at Trident United Way, Palmetto Goodwill, and the Low Country Food Bank to launch this significant effort and produce collaborative funding support. We announced this yesterday that we had a goal of raising $500,000 to support the efforts. I'm proud to say that as of today, we have more than $330,000 committed to the CARE Fund to start immediate grant making to these needs. Yeah, you could applaud that. I think that's excellent. This includes $150,000 from the Coastal Community Foundation, $50,000 from Trident United Way, thank you, DJ, $50,000 from Palmetto Goodwill, thank you, Brian and Mary Ann, $25,000 from the Saul Alexander Foundation, $25,000 from Jerry Canard, $25,000 from the Ackerman Foundation, and $5,000 from the Post and Courier. And so we really do appreciate everyone who's contributed so far and look forward to many more people contributing. We launched our grant making efforts today with a $125,000 grant to the Low Country Food Bank. And so I know I was talking to someone earlier, Brenda, I said, did you guys get the wire? She said, yep, so we're good. We're going to continue to support this work. We did that to ensure that they can meet the needs of 3 additional truckloads of food to supplement the number of people they are serving due to the loss of SNAP benefits. The rest of the funding will be given through competitive grant making. The applications for organizations to apply for funding is available now at coastalcommunityfoundation.org, and organizations within our 9-county footprint can apply, including here in the Tri-County area of Dorchester, Berkeley, and Charleston counties, Beaufort, Colleton, Hampton, Jasper, Horry, and Georgetown counties as well. We also ask that the community step up to help. 100% of the money that we collect through the CARE Fund will go to supporting those in need through food, housing, and utilities assistance. I actually had my mom call me this afternoon and said, Darren, I want to be able to help. What can I do? And I said, well, Mommy, just send in a donation. She said, well, you give them a couple of $100 and I'll reimburse you tomorrow. And I said, okay, we can get that done. But not making light of this is a real community event because our neighbors, our friends, our families, those that we work with every day really do need our support. We ask that the community step up. We don't know how much longer this government shutdown will last, but we do know that the partners we see here are doing all we can do to help. But philanthropy is not a sustainable solution. I urge you to contact your elected officials at the federal level and encourage them to end the government shutdown, to prioritize our people in our communities, to give federal workers the paychecks that they've earned for their families, to feed the families in need, because people are hurting. And while nonprofits are pooling our resources to provide short-term support, our elected officials are responsible for long-term funding and support for our communities. Thank you to those who have contributed to the CARE Fund. Thank you to the nonprofits who are directly impacting hundreds of thousands of families in our footprint every day. Thank you to those of you in the media who are here to get this story out. And thank you to the countless hundreds of thousands of people who will do their part in contributing to the CARE Fund so that we can continue to support our communities. I'll pass it over to my friend and colleague, DJ Hampton, who's the president and CEO of Trident United Way. DJ.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. My name is DJ Hampton, President and CEO of Trident United Way, and for 80 years, we have helped families in their times of struggle. Today, we stand together, united as 4 organizations who are truly caring about our neighbors. To understand why this matters, we must start with who is being impacted. Across South Carolina, 42% of households are struggling to meet basic needs, according to United Way's United for ALICE data set. ALICE is an acronym that stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. And here in the Tri-County, 38%, 130,000 households are ALICE. They're working more than one job, yet still cannot afford the essentials of housing, food, transportation, childcare, and healthcare. The average ALICE household has less than $500 in savings. That means there is no margin in a home budget. One disruption can become a crisis overnight. And we all know that the cost of living has been rising for years. The problem with inflation is that it compounds. Even if price increases have slowed, families are still living with that accumulated impact. The typical household today is spending $208 more per month than this same day last year, just to buy the same items. And when we zoom out further, families are spending over $1,000 per month more than they did in 2021, $12,000 per year, simply to afford the same groceries, gas, and basics needed to live. This cost shift has overwhelmed families' ability to keep up, especially those with no cushion to begin with. And for families receiving SNAP, their food assistance never fully covered groceries. The monthly gap between the cost of food and SNAP benefits in our region is between $400 and $550 per household. So when SNAP benefits are delayed even by a week, families who are already stretched to the breaking point run out of food. It's not weeks after SNAP benefits end. We're talking days. Remember, the average ALICE household has less than $500 in savings, and the loss of these benefits are barely covered by the savings cushions that the typical household has built. This is where community steps in. This is where we, united in purpose, step in. And this is why we are launching this effort together, because we know united is the way that we can help our neighbors and others get ahead in difficult times. But today's message is not only to the donors, volunteers, and partners. This message is also for the families and anyone listening who is struggling to make ends meet. If you are experiencing financial strain, if you are choosing between food and bills or gas in your car or an unexpected expense, or if you don't know how you're going to get through this next week, you are not alone. We are all here for you. Call the 211 hotline. Someone will answer, someone will listen, someone will help. Visit one of our organization's websites. Links are there of how you can get assistance. Or visit one of the Centers for Strong Families in downtown Charleston, North Charleston, Moncks Corner, Somerville. Their trained navigators called family coaches can help you understand what benefits, what supports you might qualify for and are currently available. And they'll then walk you through this time of uncertainty. You do not have to navigate this hardship alone. That is what community is. That is what care looks like. This is who we as a community are. And in moments of challenge, the Lowcountry has always shown up for one another. So let's do it again. Give to the Care Fund if you can. Volunteer here at a similar food organization if you can. Ask your elected official to immediately restore the full monthly SNAP allotment for families. Utilize Lowcountry Food Bank's advocacy tool on their website if you can. Share this message so families know where to turn. Because when we act together, we are stronger than any crisis. United is the way, and thank you. And now I'd like to call our incredible partners from Palmetto Goodwill up here.
Good afternoon. I'm Mary Ann Gilmer. I'm the Chief Mission Engagement Officer with Palmetto Goodwill, and I bring regards from our President and CEO, Brian Itzkowitz. Brian regrets he couldn't be here today. He had to lead a board meeting, but I know if he was here, he would echo much of what you've heard from our partners so far, and to say that we recognize the way to achieve the greatest impact is through partnerships. We can't operate in silos and hope to get great impact out of that. So we're pleased to be part of this collaboration to help the families who are in need in the Low Country, and we know they are in need right now. Our mission is to provide equitable access to training, education, and employment. And we're on track to do that for about 15,000 people in the 18 counties we serve. But here's the thing, 68% of the individuals we serve receive SNAP benefits. And so they're not going to be able to come in and focus on training, on education, or employment if they do not know how they are going to feed themselves, how they are going to feed their families. And so we are digging in on this issue. We are bringing to bear our resources to help families in need right now. First, through our logistics and our locations. So we have 33 stores. We have 11 career opportunity centers. We will be collecting food in all of those locations, and we also have a really great logistics team, and they're going to be delivering that food right here and in our PD area to food bank there. But that is not where it ends. We also know that we need to connect the families, just as DJ was saying, the families in need with resources. So they can visit any of our career opportunity centers where they can learn about the resources that are available, not only through Low Country Food Bank, but through Trident United Way, and through our whole community of nonprofit organizations that are standing ready to serve in this way. So I'll only say that when our community needs us most, you just heard it, we show up together. And that's critically important to Palmetto Goodwill. Therefore, you heard from Darren that we have made a $50,000 contribution to the fund. But even more so, we encourage everyone who can and every organization who can to give at this time, because these families throughout the Low Country are relying on us. So we appreciate the opportunity to partner. Nick, we're here to support you and everything you're doing here, and thank you for the opportunity to collaborate.
I think at this time we're happy to answer any questions that anyone might have as well.
I think we were clear as mud.
Apparently so. Are there any questions?
You talked about the unpredictability of the shutdown. How are the organizations, planning to obviously help the need right now financially, but also, kind of plan for sustainability, however long the shutdown will last?
Well, as I mentioned, we work with an
I was just saying if you could stay in front of the mics.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks very much for the question. As I say, we work with a network of 240 partner agencies. I mean, these are pantries. We have continued to learn the lessons from the pandemic, where we felt that it's important to invest in the capacity of our partner agencies. These are pantries, community-based organizations. So for a number of years now since the pandemic, we've continued to invest significantly in that capacity, whether that be in storage, refrigeration, transport, because we know that we're always one step away from the next disaster. And here we are, we find ourselves in the next disaster. So those partner agencies have been able to build their capacity. Many of them have been able to increase the number of times that they are open during the week, extending hours into points in time that it might be later on in the afternoon, over the weekends. So that's about what we have been doing to try and build that capacity and sustainability in order for our partner agencies to be best placed to service the communities in the best possible way at the times that are most convenient to our communities, who in and of themselves, even though they might be in need, have very complicated and complex lives and need to be able to access in the most convenient and efficient way. So that's how we've built the sustainability as the model that we operate.
Many of the distribution sites we've talked over the past week or so measured really some double numbers as far as their demand, and this being the place that they turn to get at least some of their food. Have you been able to measure in the past week to 10 days similar kinds of demands on your product, what you have here?
Absolutely. As I mentioned when I was talking, we are seeing a threefold increase in the number of people that are walking through the door over there on my right, seeking emergency assistance. Our partner agencies, 90% of our partner agencies are seeing an increase in the number of people that are turning up looking for assistance. 40% of those partner agencies are seeing more than 50 additional of their neighbors turning up for food. Unfortunately, in a number of circumstances, these are people that are turning up for the first time as well. These are people that haven't had to find themselves in a situation where they have had to seek food assistance before. We're hearing a lot about the number of the support that's needed for our children and for our seniors as well, who are, as you can imagine, already vulnerable and now facing an added consequences of no longer getting their benefits. So we are seeing that, and we are therefore responding to that. We have a calendar of distributions. We will adjust the distributions that we do to fill the gaps that are necessary, and we will get the food out to the community where it's needed and when it's needed. And we are closely monitoring that with our partners, whether it be our partner agencies, our pantries, but also our school partners, our library partners, and the partners here with us today as well.
Y'all are not usually shy, so this is,
I think that's good. Well, again, thank you all so much on behalf of all of us here as well. I want to say thank you for coming out today, to our valued media, for sharing the stories and for taking that back to the communities that we are here to serve and that we will continue to serve. So thank you all very much indeed for coming today, and we are welcome any questions in the future as well. So please reach out if you have any. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
We can do a picture of you together, please.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we're gonna take a photo. Okay, Stacy. That's our gal.
she's great.
She is great. Thank you, Stacy.
I wrote a story kind of on this topic. It came out today before I knew about this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna
You're just going to update it?
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, this would be helpful to know.
We were at the Community Resource Center before we came here
yeah.
at 1
Heard about
o'clock.
that, yeah.
Oh, they had double the amount of people. He said they were going to feed about 3,500 today.